Welcome to the video tour of the MA112 Spring 2015 syllabus. The syllabus has a number of components. First, we'll go through each one. First of all, a quick cartoon that pretty much says that if you have any questions, go to the syllabus first. There's a lot of information here, a lot to digest, but you will always be able to find some information to answer your questions here, and at least this syllabus will guide you towards where to find more information. Contact information for me is first, as well as office hours. You can always come to see me during office hours. The doors are open. Also, if you cannot be on campus at that time, you can contact me virtually for office hours. I use either Adobe Connect or Skype. If you would like to do that, please make sure to email me with a time you'd like me to be online, and I will let you know the directions and instructions of how to get there. All the office hours are standard until or unless I have a meeting, at which point I will let you know that there's a change. Every Monday morning, or earlier sometimes, I will let you know in class what the office hours are for the following week. Outside of office hours, the best way to reach me is by email, and I do my best to reply to all of your questions before the end of the next business day. The next section on the first page is the required materials that you will be responsible for your course. The textbook, the activities book, and the math and the My Math Lab code are all bundled together and are available at the bookstore. You are required to buy all three of those components together. The textbook you do not need to bring to class. You can leave it at home. I will be asking you to read from the textbook and to answer some of the questions. Activities book is a coiled bound book that you will need to bring to class every single day. We will be working from that predominantly during class. And My Math Lab code you will need to use to activate your My Math Lab account that we will be using for homework. Also, it's beneficial to have access to a smartphone or a tablet or a laptop in class. We'll be using a clicker style program software online called Socrative.com. And I will be asking you to answer questions on that pretty much as the questions come up. So I can't promise you that we will be using it every class, but I hope to use it extensively. Finally, while you're at the bookstore, always also pick up the Student Manipulatives Kit, and that is at the front desk, and you will be required to bring that to class. Not all of it at all the time, but I will let you know which components to bring to class. The second page, please read carefully the course description to make sure you're in the right place, as well as the course philosophy that I think will focus you on what it is that we're going to be doing in this class. The second section, or I guess the third section, the third page of the syllabus tells you about that you need to stay informed in order to make sure that you receive all the announcements. The way that I disseminate information is either by email, and this is your BSU email account. It is the official way that BSU communicates with students, and you need to be checking your email on a daily basis. Also, I will be posting information on our Blackboard site. And finally, optionally, you can search Bridgewater Elementary Mathematics on Facebook and join our Facebook group. On that same page, you'll see some other components, some assignments and tests and homework components for the class. You can take a look through those. Attendance is required. We do a lot of work in groups, and your group members will need your full participation when you're there. Your participation grade is split between your participation in group grade and your participation in class. The first grade is assigned to you by your group members, and the second is assigned to you by me. Activators and tickets to leave are going to happen every day, either at the beginning of class, which will be an activator, or at the end of class. And sometimes they will be in paper and pencil. Sometimes they'll be on Socrative.com. They're graded as a check, check plus, check minus. And there are no makeups for the tickets to leave, predominantly because the lowest 3 ticket to leave grades are dropped at the end of the semester, and those will be acting as your makeups for any missed class. So please don't ask me to make up activators or tickets to leave. I will not be able to grant that for you. Discussions, homework, and My Math Lab are all considered to be part of homework, and that is 20% of the grade. You can take a closer look at what those will entail. There will be 3 assignments. Assignment 1 is letter to a parent. That'll be done in pairs, and it's due on February 13th. The information for assignment 1 is already posted on Blackboard, so feel free to take a look at that and start working on it. I will assign your partners as soon as we settle on the groups in which you will be working for the first part of the year of the semester. Assignment 2 is going to be letter to a colleague. This will be due on April 17th, and much more information will come out about that as we get closer to the date, probably around spring break. And assignment 3 will be your class synthesis and assessment, and there's a whole video on that explaining all of the components of that on Blackboard. After each of the assignments, you will need to go on Blackboard and answer some reflection questions, and those are: what permanent benefit am I supposed to get out of this exercise, and did I get it, why or why not? Please make sure you do that, and don't forget, this is 10%, generally 10% of the assignment grade, so you don't want to miss that. Finally, there are midterm and final exam. The midterm examination will have 2 components, 2 parts. One is the group portion, which will be counted as 20% of your midterm grade, and one will be the individual portion, which will be counted as 80% of your midterm grade. A grade of 0 will be given to any missed exams, unless there is a written medical excuse, at which point we will be rescheduling the exam within a week. Otherwise, if we're not able to do that, your final exam grade will replace your midterm grade. The 2 midterms are taken on 2 consecutive days. The group midterm will be on a Wednesday, and the individual midterm will be on a Friday, and the dates are available on the last page of the syllabus. The final exam is a cumulative final exam with more focus on the last part of the course since the midterm, but there will be some questions from the whole course, and you do need a grade of 60 or better to receive a grade of better than a D+ in your as your final grade. Now, everybody succeeds and excels in different parts and different kinds of work. So I always want to give opportunities for you to show me that you have learned in many different ways. So I always give opportunities for everybody to mess up once or twice in the semester and still to come out with a good grade and to have shown me that you have learned. So in this way, I have a number of different components of the course that you may want to pay attention to. First of all, participation. The best 3 of 4 participation grades will be used. So if you did not have a good group experience in one of the groups, that particular experience will be dropped. The lowest 3 activators or tickets to leave will be dropped at the end of the course. 1 lowest homework grade will be dropped at the end of the course. My Math Lab homework, you can complete your My Math Lab homework a week late with only a 25% deduction. Assignments, again, you can submit them late with a 10% late deduction for each class that you're late. There will be an extra credit project that is available to all students, so you don't need to ask me for extra credit. And finally, there's going to be a raffle. So anytime you go above and beyond what a student should be required to do in a course, I will provide you with a raffle ticket. Now, a raffle ticket could be something that I can give you a raffle ticket for something that, like finding a typo or a technology issue, or letting me know about some kind of an event that will interfere with class. Anything that you think will help me improve the course for other people. You might go and find a resource or a video that was very helpful, or another website that was helpful in a different way that I can post on Blackboard. All of these things will receive raffle tickets. Twice a semester we'll draw the raffle, and you will receive extra dropped items or bonus points or extensions on deadlines, etc., that will help you improve your grade as well. So in a way, as a thank you for going above and beyond. Intellectual honesty expectations are high for these courses. I expect that you are future teachers and you hold yourself, and I will hold you to the highest ethical standards. So please make sure that any work that you use that is not yours, you cite, and remember that you violators of this expectation will be handled in accordance with the BSU Academic Integrity Policy. Finally, where to get help. If you have general questions, Blackboard is your friend. There is a discussion board which allows for a peer question and answer location. So if you have a question, post a question there. If you have an answer to that question, please do so. Answer that question, and for answering, you will receive a raffle ticket as well. There is technical help from my math lab. Again, there's a link on our Blackboard for that, and I suggest that you use the chatting option rather than calling them. It seems to be much more effective. If you have computer help, the BSU IT Help Desk will be able to help you. And also disability resources and math services are available for your use. The grade distribution is here. Remember that you need a C- or greater in order to use this course as a prerequisite for 113 and 114. If you receive anything in the F or the D range, you will not be able to register in 113 and 114, and you will have to retake the course. Finally, the next few pages include the course outline with the chapter sections that we will be going through this year, as well as the student outcomes for the course. And on the last page, finally, these are the important dates for spring 2015. You see that the assignment 1 is due on February 13th, the midterm is on March 18th and 20th, and the assignment 2 is due on April 17th. I hope this video has helped orient you a little bit in what the happenings in the course. We will talk in more detail about each of these components as the time approaches for the deadlines for assignments or midterms.